Good morning, listeners are cordially welcome. Now we are discussing listening about English literature, language and grammar. Sometimes some student ask and they want to know what is the concept of English grammar, which is necessary, very essential in our school, in college, in university, in any competitive examination. We simply study and cram the definitions of the different parts of speech that we use to write in English language. Commonly and generally, when we want to learn any new language, what's the base of language? That is sound and light. Through sound and light, communication is possible for birds, plants, animals and other species. They communicate each other without any language, without grammar. What do they have? Simply, very simply it is said that they have body language, posture, gesture of their body. No doubt these things help us in understanding and to make understand. Isn't wrong? What's right? We are to pay attention on the concept of English grammar. What does the concept of the parts of speech in English say? Or English parts, all parts of speech that we study in the form of noun, pronoun, adjective, adverb, preposition, conjunction, article, all these starts from the permanent sort of English words. So these are known as in the category of permanent sort of grammar. What is temporary grammar? The grammar which is functional and structural. Professionally that we use, contextually that we use, according to the field we change the words with changing the meaning of the words. But there are some special words that are used specially in that particular field. For example, we are visiting the bank. We are to go in bank for opening an account. Then we must know banking related words, banking related vocab. If we want to visit and we want to travel by railway, journey of railway, then we must know the words of railway, vocab of railway. If we are visiting any hospital, we have to go for treatment, then we must know some words and vocab related to the hospital. So like that, these are the words that are used in all the parts of speech. All the definitions of the different parts of speech start from the word. Word itself is perfect and complete. Word creates magic, music. It creates, it generates, it operates the whole ideas of the mind. Our mind works when it listens the energy of words. When it thinks the energy of words, then we start the processing of beginning, starting, to say something, to see something and to listen something, then ultimately we can write something. So it depends entirely upon the word. Word itself is powerful. It is said in all the basic grammars of the different languages, whether we are learning English, Hindi, Punjabi, Urdu, whatsoever we are learning, we must go through the power of words. We must go through intentionally, moreover, sound and light. No doubt, everywhere is the presence of our starters and beginners, even at soundless and lightless places also. But this is important that we must understand the sound of our language. For understanding the sound of the language, we must go through the direct meanings of the parts of speech. What's the direct meaning of parts of speech? If we know, then our mind immediately get the information. It shares the information, it likes the information, it comments the information, and it can subscribe the information. So for exchanging of the informations, situations, positions, conditions, directions, instructions, it is necessary that we must be clear the fundamental and concept of English grammar. Whether we are the student of science, commerce, arts, non-medical, medical, even engineering, every kind of branch, it needs the fundamental and concept of the language. Especially those who belong to the field of English medium, they must know the fundamental, they must know the concept of English grammar. What does the concept of English grammar express to us? What does the concept of English grammar say to us? That the words that we use, any word that we use while listening, speaking, reading, writing, at that time, what is the word, when the word is used, where the word is used, how the word is used, why the word is used. We should keep this thing in our mind before composing, before compiling, before editing any kind of English grammatical composition. Whether we want to write any application, letter, essay, novel, drama, poem, story, short story, anything whatsoever you want to write as per the knowledge of your literature, you can compose with having the concept of English grammar with the one word. Then you can provide the perfect information, perfect knowledge. Then your literature can become didactic and knowledgeable, informative, instructive, directive. Very simple words are useful in English grammar for sharing and exchanging our ideas. For example, we want to express any story, then it is sure that it is certain about story, that story almost belongs to our past tense. It is almost written in past actions. And we want to write any essay, paragraph, that is written in present form. So we must have good command on present simple tense. If we want to write poem, then for writing a poem, we must have well command upon present perfect tense, present perfect continuous tense. So simply these tenses which are related not only with the time but also with place, action. When we understand this thing, then we easily can understand any story, paragraph, novel, drama, whatsoever we study in literature. Then literature becomes easy to us. Literature can become understandable, readable. Only then when we know about the deep understanding, about the intensive study of the language. Until and unless we are not having the knowledge of English language, English grammar, then we cannot compose any kind of literature and we cannot understand the foreign literature. If we want to understand Canadian literature, American literature, British literature, then we must have good command upon our listening, speaking, reading and writing of the words. Words shows their different accents, stress of the words. We must have the knowledge of phonology, phonetics. We must have the knowledge of English, linguistics. Then we can compose a good literature. Then we can write a good dissertation and thesis. For the thesis writing, we must keep in our mind that every punctuation mark that we use while writing, that does matter. Where we are to take pause, where we are to start, where we are to slightly pause, where we are to full stoppage, where we are to stop fully. We are to keep this thing in our mind while writing any kind of writing, while speaking.